Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Spike Kool-Aid, November 5th, 2022. We are less than, 30 days to a new year, and it is Victory Monday for the fourth out of five. I'll just say Black Friday was like a Monday. The Lions have gone 4-1 in their last 5 games, and we got a long road ahead of us. But nonetheless, we won yesterday. And it's kind of amazing watching everyone from the media talk about our playoffs chances. What's going on, Gaddy? What's up, Dave? Appreciate your call yesterday. What's going on? One Pride 40, Patty Grimes, run the table. Ahmad says, clown. What's up, Log Branch? What's going on, man? Lions Jets have been moved to CBS. Really? Instead of Fox. Lord, does that mean we have Tony Romo? What's up, Mr. Poole? What's going on, guys? All right, so it is Victory Monday. Y'all might be like, well, Grid, Derek, what's with the somber voice, man? Why is your voice, and I got the wrong, let me put up the right name tag. There we go. Why do I sound so somber? I sound so somber because y'all know why. Y'all know why. The worst possible outcome. What's up, D. Reese? The worst possible outcome that could have came yesterday happened. I loved it as well, Dave. Let me open my Red Bull real quick. Y'all know me, man. Josh finally got the noti. What's up, Perry? Now you might say, Grid. Derek, you know how some people see the glass half empty, half full. Today, I see the glass a half empty type of day. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with the win, but I was immediately deflated by the tie yesterday between two teams that we beat. How fitting that it is that we beat these teams. Now, a couple years ago, it was in 2019, we had a couple wins over teams that eventually tied, and it was hilarious. Now, all I've been seeing all day long is that, okay, there it is. I see you. Thank you, guys. Lions-Jets game moved. According to Dave Burkett, shout out to Mr. Poole, and Zay came in here and said it as well. Lions-Jets game on December 18th has been moved to a CBS broadcast from Fox. It is still a 1 p.m. game. So that means they put us on Tony Romo and Jim Nantz, which is their top crew. That's probably what this is. So we have to deal with them. Oh, Lord. Okay. What's up, TSDC? What's going on? What's up, Vish? What's going on? Okay. Oh, boy. All right. So let me say this about Baker Mayfield. Well, you know what? Let me stay focused because I'm all out of focus today. So let me, with the first point. So I'm sad, man. What's up, Dylan? I'm sad, bro. And I'm sad because y'all know me. Y'all know that from week 1 to week 18, man, I'm talking playoffs. That's why I watch. Lions fans have had enough of watching the team grow and watching this and watching that. And I'm the type of dude, it's going to affect me a wee bit if we miss out. Because Dan Campbell in year 2 gave away 2 to 3 games. 2 to 3 games that we could have won. And I'm not going to lie, man, it's going to hurt. It is going to hurt. And it's going to be tough. It's going to make the initial, I'll tell you what, it's going to make the playoffs a little difficult. However, by the time the Super Bowl gets here, I would have forgot all about it. Patty Grimes, I thought the same thing yesterday. I actually thought that yesterday. Tie on purpose to keep the Lions out of the playoffs. All right? Okay, so yesterday, if you're not following along, like I do all year long, the Detroit Lions won yesterday, so they took care of business, which is in this league, that's all you can do. All you can do is handle your business. That's it. And any team, any coach, any player will tell you you cannot rely on other teams, right? We heard the Lions talking about it. First time I heard Dan Campbell mention playoffs ever was last week before this game. Lions take care of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And just real quick, I respect Trevor Lawrence more than I ever have. A, he's a tough young man. B, he's got talent. And C, he gave credit where credit was due. He said that the Lions whooped their behind. He wasn't like Aaron Rodgers, that they didn't beat us, we beat ourselves, right? So kudos to that young man. I'm glad he's healthy and did not get hurt, looks like at all yesterday, and that's good to see. But I watch for the playoffs. I've had my feel of kneecaps, and I've had my feel of watching for progress. The Detroit Lions have progress. Now, I want y'all to understand, I'm not mad. This isn't me complaining. I'm like, man, we were right there. So the tie yesterday between the Giants and Commanders hurts the Lions. It renders, listen how big of a sabotage this was. And I actually, listen, I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial, okay? And this is going to go with what Patty said, all right? Last year, if you remember, the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders, they had all they had to do was tie. If they tied, both of them got into the playoffs, right? Okay. They tie, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are put out. And according to sources, if they were going to tie, it wasn't until Brandon Staley decided to do something that the Raiders coach didn't like, that they decided, you know what, we're going to win this game, right? If both teams tied, the Steelers are out, the Chargers and the Raiders are in, okay? I saw this after yesterday's game, that it was some very questionable coaching decisions made yesterday between not only the Giants, okay, but also Ron Rivera, right? That's what I heard after the game was over. Why did they tie? Was it coincidence? It could have been. 2 or 3 ties happen every year in the NFL. Or is it that tie between those two teams render the Detroit Lions tiebreaker null and void? Now, you might be saying, well, great, bruh, they got them by 2 games. They do. They do have them by 2 games. But people scared to play the Lions. I said this last week before the Bills game. If we beat the Bills, nobody in the NFL will want to see us. And guess what? We came out and I said that these guys were going to stomp the Jacksonville Jaguars. You can go back and check the tape because they feel in some type of way that they let one get away in Buffalo. Nate, if you both make the playoffs, absolutely. And how do you say that about listen, bro, it came out. It came out last year that the Raiders and Chargers had an agreement. None of them, they weren't planning to win that game. It wasn't until Brandon Staley did something that I can't remember who the interim Raiders coach was at the time that they started to do that. So what am I saying here? What am I saying? I'm saying that I am ecstatic about the win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from the win. I'm like, man, the worst case scenario. But you know what's funny is I said it right away. During the postgame show, immediately said that tie was for the worst. So now the Detroit Lions have to be, if they are 7, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? The Lions right now could go 10-7. If the Lions lose one and the Seattle Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks, the Washington Commanders, and the New York Giants all hit 10 wins, we're done. All right? Now, am I going to be really super bummed? No, I'm not going to be bummed. But in the back of my mind, I'm going to be like, what if? I'm going to be playing that what if game all year long. Because I'm going to be honest with you. All right? And our Super Bowl is this. Actually, our Super Bowl is the next 5 games, right? But just like the Buffalo Bills before, the Minnesota Vikings are our Super Bowl. And we have them at home. All right? Our best case scenario is to win 5 straight. The Chicago Bears are officially out of the playoffs yesterday. The Houston Texans Chicago Bears. Houston has the number 1 seed right now. Chicago has the number 2. So in a scale of I'm 80% happy, 20% sad, because this is what I do, y'all. Like, I do this every year. And I'm like plotting toward the future, right? I'm looking toward the future. Once week 11 happens, and y'all remember, man, we was 1-6 and I was still talking playoffs. Now there is a way that we still get in. And shout out to Pride of Detroit, man. Pride of Detroit did the work for me, so I don't have to do it. And this will probably be a 10-minute segment. The worst possible scenario happened yesterday by a tie. Here is the remaining schedule for the Giants, okay? And we almost had the Rams help us out yesterday. But Geno Smith, the DK Metcalf, with a dime, and the Rams just couldn't do it. The Giants' remaining schedule: Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Colts, Eagles. Okay? They play three division games, and they're 1-4 in their last 5 games. Well, 1-4-1, I believe. Okay, no, I'm sorry. They can go 1-4 down the stretch. So again, Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Colts, Eagles again. All right? We probably need a Commanders win now. Now, if they tie again, that would be fantastic. If they tie again, that would be fantastic. Because at that point, that got to work in our favor. I haven't really done the math yet. But if they're 9, 8, and 9, 7, and 2. Nope, 9, 6, and 1. 9, 6, and 2. 9, 6, and 2. So we need okay. Yeah, we can't have them tie again. Ties are just like 2 half wins. So we can't have them tie again. That's not going to happen, but anyway. Commanders and Falcons are off this week. We did jump the Falcons to number 9. So the Commanders only have 4 games left. Giants, 49ers, Browns, Cowboys. Now, this is about to get sticky, y'all, so stay with me. I'm going to try to have this segment not go over 10 minutes. Of course, the Lions got to take care of their business. Seahawks, Panthers, 49ers, no Jimmy G, he's out. Chiefs, Jets, Rams. Okay? Now, what do you see there? I see the Eagles possibly at 11-1 with nothing to play for. Now, here's where it gets sticky at, right? And there's no other way to do it but to win. We have to win our games. Eagles, in Week 18, are they going to have the number 1 seed locked up? Okay? Right now, they have the Minnesota Vikings on their heels. Vikings are 10-2. The Eagles are 11-1. And while you playing, Dallas ain't done either. Now, the 49ers, I don't think they're going to be a threat. Eagles want the number 1 seed indeed, right? However, if we beat the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday, the Vikings go to 10-3. If the Eagles win, they're all of a sudden 12-1. So now they have a 2.5 game lead, because right now they have a 1.5 game. If they got the number 1 seed locked up, when they play the Giants, they could be resting half the team. Right? And that's our biggest concern. The Seahawks, I think, will lose to the Niners. They will lose to the Chiefs. We're going to need a bunch of help from a bunch of folks. But the worst possible thing that the Falcons lost made us move up. The Bears got eliminated. Fantastic. The Green Bay Packers right behind us. The Rams almost put off an upset, and the Giants and Commanders tie. In the worst possible outcome for probably the hottest team in the NFL right now, outside of the Philadelphia Eagles. So let me know what you think, man. It ain't over. Lions went out, they go. But if these teams win 10 games and we don't, then we're done. So overall, y'all, I'm not like super sad, but I'm like, dang, man. You know how you get up and you're like, man, the first thing I thought about yesterday, because I didn't do the post-game show. I was watching, sitting on the edge of my seat, And you know what? I really thought the Giants were going to win, okay, when they sacked. Listen to how crazy this was. They sacked Taylor Heineke at like the 2-yard line. They sacked him. Kayvon Thibodeau came straight through there, wham, blew him up at the 2. Next thing I know, they punt. The Giants have like 40 seconds, bro. They had no timeouts. And Graham Gano, I'm like, he's going to miss. He's going to miss. Seattle has 3 home games to end the year. I have no, let me see. Nope. They got 2. So Seattle has 4 home games remaining. And the only game they play on the road is the Chiefs. Oh, boy. So our biggest, it's going to be like I said earlier this year, y'all. We need the Giants to crumble. What's the difference? What's the difference? Is a tie if they, wait, what? What does that say, random? What's up, 406? The Lions should have beat the Bills. They dropped the ball. You know, we should have beat a lot of teams. Yes, random. They play each other back to back. Their whole thing is weird. The NFL put the Giants had all 5. They had 5 of their 6 division games after they played us. So the Seahawks, here's the schedule. The Giants at home against the Eagles coming up. So we need an Eagles dub, all right? We need to handle business. That goes without saying. We can only afford to lose 1 game right now. That's right now. We can only afford to lose 1 game. They host the Eagles. They play at Washington, at Minnesota. This is the Giants. They play on the road against the Colts, who I think, they were bro, I cut that game off last night. And then they play at Philly. What's up, Dirty Boy? What's going on, man? I'm saying the Giants and Commanders play back-to-back. If they play back-to-back and split, what's the difference now that they tied and one team will lose? Isn't that better? Yes, we need a Giants win. I believe we need a Giants win. Let me see. I think we need a Giants win. But we need both of them to kind of plummet, right? So, anyway, man, it's tough. And then the Commanders got the Giants at home at Levi Stadium. That's an L. The Cowboys will be playing for something. That's an L. And the Browns, that might be an L too. Okay? Now, let's just hypothetically say, Dan Campbell's live right now. Okay, I'm going to bring that in a second. We can listen to that. Let's just hypothetically say the Commanders could lose out. Okay? But we also have to worry about the Seahawks. There are 3 teams we have to worry about. The Seahawks, the Commanders, and the Giants. All right? The Commanders could not win another game. Regardless if we get in, we play the Vikes, right? Because I'd rather play the Giants than the Commies. Okay, so basically what can happen is this. The Lions could win out. They could win their remaining 5 games and be 10-7, and they would most likely get the 6th seed at that point. And then if we play the 6th seed, right now we're going into Levi Stadium and playing that team. And that's going to be tough. I don't know if we can win that game. Because that defense is ridiculous. They are flying everywhere. Everywhere. They're better than the Bills. They are flying everywhere. So I think that's going to be tough. Now, unless the 49ers plummet, that's also like an out-of-the-box thing. But they squeaked by a win yesterday. Nick Bosa was a stud, and they got that W. So they're 8-4 now. So I don't see them plummeting at all, and I don't even know what their schedule. I think their schedule is easy work, man. Easy work. So right now, we need Jimmy G's done for the year. He has a broken right foot. Yep, Jimmy G's done for the year, broken right foot. It was kind of, I know we got a Miami Dolphins syndicate, and I'm not talking about these guys, but it was kind of good to see Tua get humbled yesterday. it was kind of good. You know, I think everybody needs to be humble. You know, every team needs a moment of humility, and I think they got it yesterday. But so here's what we need. We need a utter collapse from the Giants, which is possible. Okay? The Giants could lose to the Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, and Eagles again. They might end the season 8-8-1, which means 9-8 will put us in. But then we got to worry about the Commanders. The Commanders are 7-5-1. They play the Giants, 49ers, Browns, and Cowboys. So I'm going to tell you what, this is what we need. Okay? Y'all ready? I figured it out. This is what we need, y'all. Okay? We need the Giants to beat the Commanders in Week 15, and we need both of those teams to not win another game. Okay? You hear what I'm saying? No, Patty, stop playing. They signed Josh Johnson, like our Josh Johnson. All right, so follow me here. This is what I do, okay? We could use some help for the Seahawks. From the Seahawks, I mean, you know, against the Seahawks. Maybe the Panthers get a dub. The Niners will win that game. The Chiefs will win that game. It's really the Jets, the Panthers, and the Rams. Those are the teams we got to worry about, right? Well, we always need hope and a prayer, Zoo. Or Zoe, I'm sorry. But we need the Giants to lose to the Commanders, the Giants to beat the Commanders in 2 weeks, and for them not to win another game. And if we win 9, we get in. So there's that. Now, let's talk about this. All right? Reports came out today that Baker Mayfield has been asked or will ask for a release, and I'm not sure if it's happened yet or will happen, but that was a couple hours ago that Baker Mayfield wants to be released from the Carolina Panthers, who just traded for him 5 months ago. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think people are going to support it, but that's okay. I'm not going to flip-flop like some creators that I know. Shout out to David Pike, man. David Pike, you might have your thoughts on his thoughts, but he's a stand-up dude. Backs up what he say, and it's not a flip-flopper. It's not a something I can't even say like other creators are. One in particular I'm talking about. Y'all know. But Baker Mayfield has been released. Now, the Detroit Lions, as far as my math, I believe we're 15th on the waiver wire. Okay, so he has been released. He's been released, but was he cut or waived? Which one? If he's waived, then he has to clear waivers. If he's cut, then he can go wherever he wants to. Was he cut or was he waived? Now, if he was waived, then he has to clear 14 other teams before he gets to us. All right? And if he's cut, then we would have to sign him. Either way, I don't think Baker Mayfield is a Detroit Lion. He wasn't a Detroit Lion in the offseason. We didn't make a move for him, and I don't think we make a move for him now. Okay, Nick says he was waived. So if he was waived, that means he has to clear waivers. He has to go through 14 other teams before he gets to the Detroit Lions. Now, here's what I'll say. Okay, y'all need to realize this. As y'all are dumping on Baker Mayfield, you might have your thoughts on Baker Mayfield, but I would take Baker Mayfield in a nanosecond over Nate Sudfeld. We're not talking about starter. We're talking about just off of ability, his capabilities. However, I don't think Baker Mayfield fits in Detroit. Therefore, I don't think he's going to be a Detroit Lion. We just signed Josh Dobbs off the Cleveland Browns practice squad to put on our practice squad. And our backup is Nate Suckyfeld. Y'all have to understand that we are not in a position to win a game if Jared Goff goes down. And we going to talk about Jared Goff today. We're going to talk about Goff today because I see a lot of temperatures rising for Jared Goff. Everybody is, your body's yearning. Yeah, that's right. I did an R. Kelly reference. We're going to talk about Jared Goff today because the freaks that came out. The freaks come out. They came out for Jared Goff today. Man, oh, man. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But if Jared Goff go down, it's a certified wrap for our team. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. Playoffs? Are you kidding me? Playoffs? I'd be happy if we win a game. If Jared Goff go down, it is a wrap. I question Baker over Sud. This offense needs a QB that can see over the line and make easy throw off any of the star players. Baker has a much higher ceiling, but a much lower floor, in my opinion. Then Nate Sudfeld. Okay. And I value that, Eric. Always do. But I don't want a guy who was put in to purposely cause a team to tank. Also, he's terrible in my opinion. If you look at the man's stats, he is BBC, booty, butt, cheeks. All right? He's terrible. I'm not saying I want Baker to challenge Jared Goff. I don't want none of that stuff. I'm just saying a capable backup of winning games. Baker got benched for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold got benched for Baker. Everybody, it's a merry-go-round. It is a merry-go-round. Matter of fact, P.J. Walker's going to come in. P.J. Walker he played more games than any of them. Y'all got to understand something. I'm talking about backup quarterback. However, Baker Mayfield is not going to be a Detroit Lion. It's not happening. It's not happening. The same way Baker Mayfield is a new Cam Newton, 5 years removed. Baker Mayfield is Cam Newton 2.0. He's about to be done. David George says Baker's trouble. And that's why he's not going to be a Detroit Lion. This fool was butting people in the head the other day. However, I think he's an upgrade over Nate Sudfeld. At this point, Baker Mayfield ain't coming nowhere near Detroit. Because, one, we're halfway up the waiver wire. And somebody asked about we drafted two. Okay, so the waiver wire resets week 3 of the current season. Okay, so when Josh Reynolds was cut or waived, we picked him up. We were first on the waiver wire. We picked him up. When Odell Beckham asked for released and was waived, we were first to pick him up. We decided to pass, and then Josh Reynolds was like a couple of days later. All right? So it is reset based on your current record week 3. Therefore, we don't get to claim anybody off waivers until they get to us. And Baker Mayfield is not coming anywhere near this city. I guarantee it. I would be totally surprised if the Detroit Lions decide. I mean, the same day Baker asked to be waived, they go sign Josh Dobbs. Baker Mayfield ain't coming nowhere near Detroit. Lions Mania said, Grid, what happens if we miss out on that 7th playoff spot? We won't make the playoffs, and it will hurt our own draft position. Yep. If we just miss out, you mean? Then we'll probably be picking somewhere around 18, somewhere around there, middle of the pack. But don't forget, we still got the Rams. And right now, the Rams pick is number 4. And I don't think they drop any lower than that. They might move higher, but I don't think they go any lower. Okay, so Ian Rappaport tweeted he was released. Okay, which means that he gets to sign wherever he wants to. Baker Mayfield wants to start. Maybe he goes to San Francisco. I don't really see too many places where he can start. A lot of cats got injured yesterday. Okay. And I'm just going to be very brief about this. According to something I saw earlier, Baker, what's his name? Lamar Jackson / Wilson liked that the Detroit Lions are winning or something like that. So now we're talking about he's coming. Can we just stop? Can we just stop? Now I got to ask y'all a quick question, off subject. Well, we might make this a segment later. Who y'all want right now with the Rams pick? Rams pick 4. We not going to get one of these guys. But if you had a choice, okay, Bears, I don't know if they're going to win another game. Right now, are you taking Will Anderson Jr. or Jalen Carter? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. What's up, Cloudy? What's going on, big dog? We should draft Anthony Richardson in the late second round. Pick the Vikings pick if he's there. All right, so we get Mr. Carter. Zay says Will Anderson. Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, or Stroud. Cloudy, that wasn't the question, bro. That wasn't the question, Cloudy. Cloudy, the question was which one you taking. Michael says Carter all day. Wait, somebody said something about the Syndicate being a go-to channel. I missed that comment. If you're still in here, please comment again. Please comment again. I want to bask in that glory real quick. Who was the dude that looked like Conor McGregor? Yeah, I saw that, Josh. I was like, bro, who are they kidding? This guy and Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor couldn't pay to be that big. Dern says Anderson. Random says Carter. I know Carter. He went to my boy's school. Carter, if we draft a QB with the Rams pick, I'm going to be upset. That was me. Random dancing. Tell me again, bro. I want to fluff my head up. I want my head fluffed, bro. Tell me again, because I didn't get a chance to read it. That is my guy saying Syndicate is my go-to channel, my channel. Hey, Thomas, appreciate you, bro. Because there's a lot of other channels out there. One in particular, El Fluffo. El Fluffo, El Flip Floppy O. All he do is flip flop. That's it. Has zero integrity because he ain't about that. I don't understand. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And it feels good to be able to speak your truth because you don't care what nobody say. And that's me. Y'all know. They just picked Pascal last year. No, actually, Anderson need that linebacker help. No QB, Jared Goff is our long-term solo. Oh. Wait a minute, Lions Mania. Wait a minute. Was that you talking about Bryce? Somebody was talking about Bryce Young the other day. Thomas says, Fluffy-o. That means you already know. And if you don't know, now you know. Oh, Cloudy, you had to ruin a good thing, my brother. You had to ruin a good thing. You never use my name and his name in the same sentence. It is a sin to do that, my friend. It's a sin to put my name and his name in the same sentence. You will be banished away for that. I was saying you've been my favorite weekly Lion stream as of late. Always watch your vids, but been working a lot during the week, and this pod is such a good listen. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So listen, for me, I still want Anderson, man. I know we need the middle clogged and stuff like that, but I don't know. But then Romeo's coming back, and we got to see how he's going to do. I don't know if I trust him, though. But I see Romeo. I see Aiden paired with Will. They both standing up. They both in the 3-point. They both breathing down your neck. If you don't have to worry about one, you going to worry about another one. So I think at the same time, oh my God, Mr. Poole had to bring up old memories. Yeah, I remember creators particularly talking about him too. You see what I'm saying? And listen, y'all, I don't want to be the guy that talks about other creators because I'm not that guy. But one thing y'all gotta say, right, is a guy that sticks to his guns. That's what you need. You need that. You need a guy to stick to his guns. And a lot of these cats on YouTube don't. With the second pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions skip Aiden Hutchinson, select Malik Willis, a quarterback who went in the 3rd round out of Liberty. That's who some of y'all was getting talked into. Malik Willis at number 2. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And no shot at Malik Willis. My thing is simply this. if you're going to take a quarterback or any draft pick at number 2 overall, do you want this guy to be a project? Do you want this guy to sit behind and marinate somewhere? Yes, Dern says, as of right now, the Detroit pick is 4 from what I saw. What if Carter and Anderson are gone? Would you be willing to take a shot at QB? That is a great question. That's a great question because now you've got Bryce Young heading to Houston. You've got Will Anderson. Let's hope the Bears don't get one of them. So let's hope that the Rams pick is – let's hope that the Bears win some games, y'all. We don't want to see Anderson or Carter in our division. And right now, it's looking like they might be. Okay? Now, that is tough. Dern, that is a great question, bro. Hey, what's up, JGB? What's going on, man? We was just talking about Victory Monday with a hint of sadness. Just a hint for me anyway. Sid B, I see you. That brother don't know what he want. The Bears going to draft Will Anderson, I believe. See, I think they do as well. You got to remember, they traded Quinn, they traded Smith. The Bears taking somebody on defense for sure. I don't want our offensive line looking at Carter or Anderson. David sticks to his guns. Now some change their mind. They just don't know how to say I was wrong. After 36 years of marriage, I know how to admit when I'm wrong. It took me 35 years. Hey. Hey, you're a smart man, bro. You're a smart man. It works both ways, but you're a smart man. See, I told David in his comment section today, and this ain't about David Pike. I like David Pike. He sticks to his guns. He's bullied, and he faces people, and I can dig it. So everybody's so scared to say people's names. Everybody's so scared to, oh, my God, it's drama. It's controversy. You want clicks and views. You know how you get clicks and views? You flip-flop. You flip-flop. That's how you get clicks and views. You say what's popular. You say what's going to get you because you don't want to be on nobody's bad side. You don't want to be on a bad side because, oh, my God, I didn't want anybody not to like me. So I'm going to say what needs to be said because I want to be liked and admired by everyone. And David doesn't do that. David, and I respect that. I like this guy. Him and I got integrity. And a lot of creators, they don't have it. They don't have it. All right? Now, we got to talk about this today because we got to. We got to talk about it. Oh, speaking of that, Adam needs, yes, man, Adam needs people. His employees need to be called Ubu. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But y'all remember the commercial, sit, Ubu, sit, all nothing but yes. Yes, Adam. Whatever you say, Adam. I agree with everything you say. Yes. Okay? Now, speaking of, I brought all them up. Why did I bring up Woodward Sports? I brought up Woodward Sports because we're talking about Jared Goff. Gasp. Not again, Derek. Are we talking about Jared Goff again? No, we're not talking about Goff again. Ah, yes, we are. Jared Matthias Goff, drafted in 2016, traded away for one Matthew Stafford. By the way, Matthew Stafford had a spinal contusion, and he is done. He's done for the season. They haven't officially said he was, but he's done. A spinal contusion. I hope he gets better. I don't want to see anybody hurt. But Jared Goff. Jared Goff has been getting a lot of love. See, I'm so excited I can't even talk. I can't even talk because Jared Goff, the love, he played his best game as a Detroit Lion yesterday. Offensive line was on point. And now I'm hearing all this love about JG. It's unbelievable. As a matter of fact, there's something I knew it was something I wanted to do to make this segment a little bit different. And I'm going to do just that. We don't know what the Lions are going to do. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what they're going to do. No one knows what the Lions are going to do. Okay? We think we know. We have our thoughts, but nobody but the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, know what they're going to do. And what I saw yesterday was something that made my heart rejoice, because I know what it's like, y'all. I know what it's like not to be valued. I know what it's like not to be appreciated. Why y'all think I work so hard? Why you think that your boy works so hard? Okay? I work hard because I'm undervalued. I'm underappreciated. And that's Jared Goff. And there's a Pro Bowl quarterback. There's a Super Bowl winning champion quarterback. There's a quarterback that was somewhere for 10 years, and now he's in a different place. And Lord have mercy, he looks terrible. The whole world has turned on this guy as well. Russell Dangerous Wilson. Everybody is talking about him. Everyone's talking about Russell Wilson. You think Russell Wilson is not the same quarterback? Of course he is. Of course he is. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand the mental fortitude it takes to switch teams, to be thrown away. Y'all don't understand it. Okay? Y'all don't understand what it is. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Does anybody realize what the Lions had working for them last week or last year? Okay? Y'all don't understand that stuff. But see, I do. And I made a video about Jared Goff. If the trade, when the Rams came up as a trade prospect, that Goff had to be included in that trade. And the Rams said, forget them picks, forget Jared Goff. We are going to take you up on that offer. All right? But it's weird to me that everybody, not everybody, when I say everybody, I'm using that in a very liberal term, that everybody's praising Jared Goff. They're praising Jared Goff. I think that Jared Goff, nobody wants to talk about his time in L.A., his deep ball to Brandon Cooks, Jared Goff can't bring teams back. When he literally brought your team back. Detroit Lions fans, he brought your team back. Not just once. Remember last year, around this time, we were celebrating our first win like we won the Super Bowl? You remember what happened there? 0 timeouts. Less than a minute left. This guy goes the entire length of the field. Every quarterback has flaws. You have flaws too. Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl winning quarterback, has a ton of them. Yesterday, Patrick Mahomes has a ton of them. Quarterbacks, people have flaws. But what I'm tripping on is this wishy-washiness for your quarterback. That's what I'm tripping on. But it's something that I wanted to show y'all. This is what I wanted to show y'all. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Dan Campbell. And I'm going to show you what I love about this.
That was the best game. We are playing our best football right now. That's 5 weeks in a row now. We're playing our best football, and we're in December. That's a credit to you guys. I know what we are, man. I know what we are. You should know what you are. We talked about the skill players. You had to own it today, man. You had to rise up. Receivers and DBs. Our quarterback now.
Hey, I love it. I love this whole thing. I love this entire thing. Look at Panay here. Look at Panay. Let me bring this up. I don't think y'all can see my cursor. I love this whole thing. Look at Panay. Panay to the left. You know what he's doing? He's protecting his quarterback. He's surrounded by the offensive line. Everybody surrounding Jared Goff is his offensive line. I love this whole sequence. Goff wasn't expecting it. Let me get my name out the way. He wasn't expecting it. I love this whole thing. He's like, wait, you pointing to me? You talking about me? You're talking about me. Look at Frank Ragnow. Jonah Jackson. Panay Sewell, my favorite. I love this.
Joey, you got a game ball? Just give me one game ball here.
I love it, y'all. I love it. Courtesy of the Detroit Lions YouTube page. They said Goff couldn't throw down the field. Those people got quiet real quick. Man, this is some contagious positivity. I love it. Here's the thing. When people don't they don't become bad, right? And I was saying this about Jared Goff last year. You don't just become bad. And it was so cool to see or have the Rams fan call in yesterday who is not a Detroit Lions fan, but is fond of Jared Goff, say that it was malarkey that Sean McVay had to tell Jared Goff where to throw the ball. Right? It doesn't matter who you want. It doesn't matter if you don't. See, there's people that don't like me on this platform. And that's cool. You know, but I'm going to tell y'all something. Jared Goff, to me, is a suitable quarterback. And you know what I love is that we've had this conversation before. The Lions don't care what we think. They're making these decisions. Jared Goff is 2-3 this year on the road. I believe this is when he has struggled the most. Well, it's a lot of reasons he struggled. Offensive line, no receivers. He needs an ideal workplace. Yeah, that he does need that. But I compare it to what happened to Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, the puzzles of that Rams championship team started to come unraveled. And next thing you know, everybody's on IR. And before Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, they weren't playing that well. Didn't MCDC say, this is my MVP in his post-game presser? I'm not sure, but he praised him. Jared Goff played extremely well yesterday. The argument against Goff are so stupid. He needs an offensive line. He needs the receivers as well, so he needs everything every other quarterback has needed. Lions media, I do not hate Stafford. I don't even dislike Stafford. My issue with Matthew Stafford joining the Rams had nothing to do with Stafford. It had everything to do with my city. And the negative reflection, it would be on the city. But I said this last year. If Stafford, you can go check the tape. I said if Stafford won a Super Bowl, that it was going to propel our team faster. That's literally what I said. It's on tape. Right? So my thing is this. I think it's time for you to make up your mind, right? And I'm not talking to anybody in particular. I'm not talking to you, Dern, specifically. I'm talking to all Lions fans. You got to make up your mind, right? Jared Goff is going to turn the ball over. He's going to throw a dumb pass. He is going to turn the ball over. That is going to happen. But he also is going to play a game like he played yesterday. And I believe that if we have a team, if we draft a defense, okay, how many pieces do we need on offense right now? Not too many, right? So if we draft a defense, if we draft a team to surround Jared Goff on both sides of the ball, then we will be. It was great to see DJ Chark. He placed a breadbasket ball yesterday. Breadbasket. That's my quarterback, y'all. Just like Stafford was before, and Kitna before him, and everybody else. And while he's a Detroit Lion, I'm going to support him as much as I can. Because I know what it feels like to be thrown away, and I can relate to him. But even more than that, he's playing some good football. And Coach Dan Campbell and the rest of the Lions, let me tell you something. I'll end this segment. But you don't get this type of, you don't get this right here, right? Everybody has a smile on their face. Smile. You can't see my cursor. Taylor Decker to the far right, smile. Frank Ragnow, smile. Dan Skipper, smile. Let's go to, I love this guy. Panay Sewell, smile. Well, he's protecting his quarterback. They appreciate this guy, and I think we should too. And like we've been discussing, you don't want Baker Mayfield, do you? And I guarantee you, if Jared Goff got hurt, every Lions fan would collectively hold their breath. Remember when he went out last year? And because our backup is not sustainable at all. And I want to say something. So, oh, man, it was good to see yesterday. How long we been on? All right, so we almost done with the show. Let me just put this out there. Tomorrow, I will not be able to go live, but we got a new show launching at 5 o'clock. His name is Nick. He's going to be hosting Touchdown Detroit Lions. We're not done yet, so don't leave. But we will be another host. He will be talking Detroit Lions. I am going to try to get Pistons guys. And how about them Michigan Wolverines? How about them boys, man? How about them boys? Blew Purdue. Blew them up. Iowa was last year. And Cade McNamara went to Iowa. How about them Wolverines? Go blue, man. We will be taking on TCU in about a month. So be ready for that. Man, oh man, but how about J-Mo? Wasn't it good to see Jamison Williams? And oh my God. Here you go, y'all. Let me do my best impersonation of Detroit Lions fans, some of them. Jamison Williams. We need to put him on the shelf all year. He's the future. We need to shelve Jamison Williams. No, we don't. No, we do not. Jamison Williams, I love the shot of him yesterday on the sideline. Everybody else is cheering. That brother was mad. He was mad. I didn't know he was in for, I thought he was in for 3 snaps. I don't know what the official snap count is for Jamison Williams. Okay? He had 1 target. I do know that. And he missed it. But Jamison Williams needs to sit all year. He needs to sit all year because we can't risk him getting hurt again. So he needs to sit on the sideline all year. Why would we do that? Did you see Jamison Williams yesterday? Oh, y'all, I'm still on I forgot to change the scene. I'm a doofus. There we go. Did you see Jamison Williams last year? Or yesterday? The 1 target that he had, he ran out of bounds. He let the guy push him out of bounds, and he ran out of bounds. He couldn't have caught it anyway. Even if he caught it, it wouldn't count it. Oh my God, Jamison Williams. No, Jamison's not a bust, but he needs to play. He hasn't played in almost a year. He's never played on an NFL field. His first game was yesterday. And we wanted to put this guy up on the shelf for 2 years. Could you imagine the rust coming from Jamison Williams? Yeah, practice is all great. Oh, he's lighting it up in practice. He's doing his thing. Then we get a game. He just started practicing. Exactly. So why would we not want him to play this year? Because of risk of injury? Every NFL player plays with risk of injury. It was so great to see Trevor Lawrence get up yesterday. I was really, really, man, I was like, man, I hope he's okay. Because it looked a lot worse than it wound up being. But of course, Jamison Williams should play. Jamison Williams wanted to play. We want him to play. We were saying it yesterday. We want J-Mo. It was phenomenal to hear that through the television. We've been waiting a year for this guy and didn't even know it. Drafted him in April and have been waiting 7 months to see Jamison Williams. And I don't think he disappointed at all. It was great to see him out there. And what I love is on the sideline yesterday, how irritated, not a single smile. His team blew out their opposition, and he didn't look happy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? This can be in the same segment. We talked about DJ Chark last week. The combination of what we could see between Jamison Williams and DJ Chark. And DJ Chark played fantastic yesterday. He was 2 yards shy of a 100-yard game. Balled out. Diving catches. Contested catches. The man we've been waiting to see this entire year. Right? And I all my stuff is on tape, y'all. The good with the bad. You can go back and check the tape. I said it last week or the week before that if DJ Chark can ball out for most of the 6 games we had left at the time, we should re-sign him. I tell you right now, and when you watch this on playback, the segment, go look up the wide receiver free agent market. Go look it up and tell me what you think. There's not a ton. We're already paying DJ Chark to be on this team, and he's not even on this team. So if he finishes If he balls out, then if he plays, I would say 75% of how he did yesterday, bring him back. Nick says, I don't think J-Mo took his helmet off all game. I don't think so either. Every time I saw him, he had it on. On the sideline, all of it. And Derwin, he was there. He was part of the We Want J-Mo chants. And he got to see it firsthand. If DJ Chark can yesterday's showing is what we thought we were getting from DJ. And it was great to see. He's the one that gets the game ball from Dan Campbell. And somebody asked me what my MVPs were yesterday during the game stream. Or my 3 favorite Detroit Lions from yesterday. Chark, St. Brown, and Goff. I think J-Mo would play a lot during the Vikings game next Sunday. Well, I think he gonna do that too because the brother wants to play. We need him to play. And if we're making any type of hunt toward the playoffs, I think he's going to be a big piece. I think he's going to be a huge piece. So everybody that said we need to put Jameson Williams on the shelf, stop it because he wants to play. And we saw yesterday how much he wants to play. Jared Goff even said, wait a minute now. Dude's a rookie. He was worried about the pressure and the anticipation and the expectations that we have for Jameson Williams. He said he just started practicing. He's a rookie, you know. So I like what I saw yesterday from Chark. I can't wait to see. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? And this is without Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds, or without him, DJ Chark, St. Brown, who's always open, Jameson Williams. This is the receiving core we thought we were getting to start the season. But could you imagine what that's going to look like? And I'll throw Josh Reynolds in there too because he's my homie. Let me know your thoughts. All right, so I got this information from Mr. Poole. Says ESPN, okay, breaking. Ohio State receiver and potential top 10 pick Jackson Smith, can't pronounce that last name, is declaring for the NFL draft and will not play in the college football playoff. Wow. Okay, is C.J. Stroud playing? Because he said he would only play in a playoff game. And I'm going to tell you, I said this last week about coaches and GMs. They look at that stuff. They look at that stuff. They do, man. They look at whether or not you play in that championship game. All right? So check this out. Shout out to Coach Prime. Coach Prime, listen, there's been a couple guys. I don't really need motivational people. Right? I'm not big on motivation, like outside of motivation. I'm not big on, Eric Thomas. I love me some Eric Thomas, but I don't need that stuff. I have it inside of me, right? Shout out to Coach Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders took the job at Colorado, okay, finishing up his business at Jackson State, and he told them boys in Colorado, he said, be ready because I'm coming. Love it. Go watch the speech, man. He said, I'm coming. Love me some. I never was on Deion Sanders like that. I watched him playing stuff. But seeing Deion Sanders, the coach, man/player, is fantastic. Right? And I brought that up because he said something to them boys at Colorado or before he left Jackson State about don't be the reason like you don't play in the bowl game. He said, if you don't play in the bowl game because your feelings was hurt, you think that the coach going to look at you the same way? He said, don't chase the bag will come. And I can, not that I can't respect the guy that's trying to protect the bag, but I do believe that NFL coaches look at that stuff. Aren't you glad we didn't draft Kayvon Thibodeau? Oh, God, that's another one. Kayvon Thibodeau. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this because I'm going to hold people accountable. Because the Detroit Lions sent 7 scouts to watch Kayvon Thibodeau, and because Brad Holmes was at the game against UCLA, With the second pick in the NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end, Oregon. Go listen. Our team is not Kayvon Thibodeau. Our team is not guys who skip their bowl games. I'm telling you. And Grid said that there was no way that the Detroit Lions were passing on Aiden Hutchinson if he was available. Y'all remember that, right? There was no way. Because Aiden Hutchinson, just like Jameson Williams, those are the guys we look for. We knew that Kayvon Thibodeau didn't fit this team before he was even here. I told y'all 2 or 3 weeks before the draft, when I saw his interview, he wasn't coming here. The Detroit Lions don't want guys that's taking plays off, taking games off. Because when you listen, the bottom line is this. If you don't play, you worried about the bag. That's it. And if you worried about the bag, then that's your prerogative. But it's also a team's prerogative to look at that. I mean, the Jags were going to take Hutchinson. Hey, Nick, they didn't take Hutchinson. They sold him out too. And if they didn't take Hutchinson, according to Dan Campbell, they were going to take Walker. They weren't going to take a guy who was going to skip a bowl game. I don't see that happening. Because at the end of the day, that tells you that they're worried about the bag. First, everybody's worried about their bag. It's how we eat. It's how we live. But you are worried. Jameson Williams sacrificed being the first receiver off the board to help his team. And this is a team that was down John Mechie. He sacrificed it, and it hurt him. It hurt his bag. Jameson Williams' bag was severely impacted. When was the first receiver off the board? What number? The difference between Hutch and Jameson Williams is about $10 million. I think that their signing bonus. 8th. Now, let's not forget the Detroit Lions traded up to get him. So who knows when J-Mo would have gone. You think the Vikings would have taken Jameson Williams? I don't. They already got Justin Jefferson. I don't think they take him. If they wanted to take him, they would have took him, and they wouldn't have let the Detroit Lions trade. Who knows when J-Mo would have went. So he took a chance on his team, and the Detroit Lions took a chance on him. Packers wanted him. When did they take Christian Watson? Because I thought he came. Okay, who came off 10th? You had Olave right before him. You had Drake London. And who was the one that came in between them? J-Mo and Hutch both wanted to win more than make money. They're millionaires regardless, but we need people that want to win more than anything, especially because the fans want the same thing. Cam, you get the air horn of the day, bro. We haven't given it out yet, but you get it, bro. You've been dropping nuggets. And that's the team. That's who we are, y'all. Who is the receiver that I'm missing? Okay, Wilson went to the Jets. All right, so y'all saying, so the Packers, okay, they got eliminated, so they would have taken him. Okay. So we kept him. Oh, that would have been a nightmare. But listen, y'all. I appreciate y'all. We about to wrap this thing up. We've been on past our time. I just got to say that what you hear from me, y'all, I'm 43 years old. Just turned 43 last month. And I've been on this platform for a long time. I've seen people come and go. I have seen the good, the bad, the outright disgusting. I have seen that. It's a shame that us Lions creators, we really can't get along because usually ego plays a big part in everything. You have to be wrong and I have to be right. I've never been like that. But one thing I am now is you hear a swag in me. You hear a confident swag. Who is swag if I ain't swag? Who is swag if I ain't swag? That's what you hear. I'm never attacking anybody. That's not in my personality. But you hear a confident swag. I have been on this platform for a long time. I have seen it all. And with the help of people who care about me, and you fine gentlemen and ladies out there, I have endured a lot to stay around. And I don't plan on going anywhere. I don't plan on going anywhere. So I want y'all to know it's not me being braggadocious, but I think about Shaq. Shaq, I think he's super humble, but he's confident. He knows where he ranks. He knows who's above him and who's below him. And it's not about being below. It's about having a work ethic that separates you, right, from others. It's not about towering over somebody, looking down on them. It is about working hard to be the best. And that's what you hear from me, guys. It's never, ever me bragging. I am not built like that. I'm not built to be a bragger because I believe that everybody, I'll just leave y'all with this illustration that I kind of made up myself, but it's all the same thing. When you climb, if you ever heard somebody climb Mount Everest, what happens when you go up there, right? Mount Everest, I believe, is the tallest mountain on earth or something like that. Either way, to get to the summit is tens of thousands of feet. And when you get up there, what happens? The higher you go, the thinner the air gets, right? The higher you go. So what do you need? You need oxygen. You can't stay up there long. I like to think of it like this. If I'm up in the clouds for too long, I can't breathe. I got to come back down, right? And that's what keeps me grounded. If you go on a ladder, right? Here's another illustration. You go on a ladder. You're sitting up on top of the ladder. Every step you go up, you start to get more and more a little bit nervous because the more and more you go up, what happens? The less stable you are, the more unstable you become, right? So that is what I always keep in mind, is that no matter how high you go, not only is it somebody below you trying to get up there, but you become less and less stable. So then stuff starts to shake, and it becomes easier for you to fall off. You safer at the bottom of the ladder than you are at the top, right? You safer at the base of the mountain than at the summit. You can't stay up there for too long. So that's what I wanted to tell y'all, is I will be as humble as possible all the time. I know what I want, and I know that I'm not gonna stop until I get it. So thank you for making me an outlet to Woodward Sports and those other guys. And there's only one in particular I can't stand. Y'all know that. So outside, well, no, I take that back. It's at least two, but they deserve it. But thanks for making me, man, and what I'm trying to build feel special. I appreciate that. Tomorrow we will not be on again. If you haven't seen it, let me just leave y'all with this. I got to pull it up real quick. I don't want y'all to forget about my boy, man. I don't want y'all to forget about my boy. I want to leave y'all with this before we get up out of here, because I want y'all to support my man, okay? And with that being said, I will see you guys on Wednesday as we talk more about our Detroit Lions. But I need to do this first because this is important to me, so I want y'all to support it. I would appreciate it. I got some other stuff in the works as well, but let me get past this commercial. It's weird because I have to sign in on my browser, and I have YouTube Premium, which is going up, by the way. If you didn't know that, it goes up in about a week or 2 weeks or something like that. And I haven't seen an ad in like 2 years. All right, so let me do this, blow this up, and I will see y'all Wednesday. Take care, everybody.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Oh, baby, that is big-time stuff! Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Oh, baby!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Nick Harkson. I'm going to be your new host for a new show over here on Syndicate Sports Detroit called Touchdown Detroit Lions. It's going to air every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. West Coast, and I cannot wait to chat it up with you guys every single Tuesday. Now the Lions got the Jags this Sunday, and we need to get that win so we can start our roll and possibly get on a run to the playoffs. I know I said it, I'm crazy. Get in here on Tuesday, get in them comments, hassle me, ask me questions, I'm here for it all. My name's Nick Harkson. We're starting a new show called Touchdown Detroit Lions on Syndicate Sports Detroit. I will see you then on Tuesday. Peace.